Hello, my friends. My name is Jesse Keeter, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about personal development. Now, in today's presentation, we are going to be touching on three main points, which is what exactly is personal development, how it can help you to achieve self-actualization, and what steps can you take in order to to start the process of personal development. Now, but before we get into that, I want to address a question that's probably floating in everyone's mind right now. You're probably thinking to yourself, Jesse, why do we care? Does it really matter? And to answer that question, right, it does matter. In in society, in our world, there's so many people, and the numbers might actually surprise you. It's a lot of people, believe it or not, who who kind of waste their potential. They do nothing. They don't contribute nothing to society. They don't do anything in their personal life. They don't. They're just content with standing still and not learning and experiencing and growing. And whether it is because they don't know how to start the process or if they just simply don't want to, we don't know. It all depends on the person in question, right? But the numbers are so large, and even more, it's unbelievable the amount of money people are willing to spend on something that you can achieve with no money, right? According to Brand Minds, millennials each month spend up to 300 or more dollars, okay? 300 or more dollars on products, consumer goods, you name it. If you can buy it, that's what they're doing on methods and ways and objects and items that can help them kind of like achieve, personal development. But as I said previously, you don't need to spend a dime on that stuff. So we're going to get into our first point, which is what exactly is personal development. And according to the 2020 HARPA Education article, Take Charge of Personal Development, how they word it is that personal development, and I kind of mentioned this in our introduction, personal development is you start at point A, okay, whether it be you're trying to, let's just say for the sake of the argument, you're exercising. You want to become, strong and buff, right? You start at point A. You're a little scrawny man like me, very funny, right? You start at point A, you're exercising. It's hard at first. You're on that road, that process, okay? You're on that process. And but point B is right there when you achieve your goal of becoming, muscular and buff, whether it be for health reasons or because you want to be healthier or because you're trying to pull the ladies, doesn't matter, right? You achieve that, you get to point B. That's that process in between point A and point B, right? That's personal development. And this kind of carries over to anything, whether it be an actual task, a job, like, you work cashier or, you're a teacher, you want to get better at your job. That process, that's personal development. Or if it's a more spiritual or mental journey, you want to become a better, nicer person, you have that process between point A and point B. That's very important, and in a spiritual sense, that process in which you would become, you would get saved, and then you kind of end, your journey never ends, but where you achieve a higher plane of thinking. That's very important. That's what they define, and what I also define, and what a lot of people who know of personal development define personal development to be, which is that process, right? Which kind of then carries on to our next point, which is how can personal development, right, help you in achieving self-actualization. Now, before we get into that, what is self-actualization, right? It's very important. It's a very important thing to know. And self-actualization, according to the Oxford Languages, right, is defined as being kind of in our previous example, point A, point B. You start here, the journey. The journey itself is personal development, and point B, that is self-actualization. Now, on a smaller scale like this, self-actualization is kind of like defined as being the ultimate goal. Like all your personal development journeys kind of accumulate into this one ultimate goal. However, if we're speaking on like a smaller scale, like our example before, where you want to go to the gym, get more buff, so you can be healthy, pick up the chicks, things like that, then self-actualization would be the point in which you're fulfilled, you become content, you achieve your fullest potential. You become more enlightened, more you achieve what that road, that journey of personal development is. And now that everyone knows what that is, so it kind of like it's very self-explanatory on how personal development can aid in achieving self-actualization. That being the you can't really achieve point B without starting and then walking the road. You know what I'm saying? It's you can't really if I'm here in my house right now, I can't really go down to Walmart if I don't get in my car or walk there. I can't just teleport there. There needs to be a process, right? And speaking of process, that goes on to our last and final point, which is kind of like what points, what how do I say this? What steps can you take into starting this process? And as I mentioned previously, people are willing to spend so much money, time wasting it, willing to just sit there and do nothing, right? Not contributing to themselves, to society, to the friends and family, the people that care about them. And but there's a very simple way in which I took these same steps too, but you, my friend, can also achieve personal development. There's 6 simple steps according to Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy's article on personal development plans, examples, and the template for success. He categorizes these things as 6 simple steps, which is creating the goals, prioritizing your goals, creating a timeline for those goals, analyzing yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, taking action and making a plan for those actions, and monitoring your progress. Those simple steps are crucially important, right? Because those can help you achieve all the previous points in which I've just told you about, which is, what is personal development? What does it matter? How can it help you achieve self-actualization? And the steps. Those steps are really important, right? And to kind of sum up this speech, I just want to generally say that, I hope everyone kind of takes my advice. I mean, you're free to kind of not and just throw it in the garbage and then go on your merry way. But I think in order to benefit you and the people that you care about, right? I walked the same step, right? I think in order for you to achieve your maximum potential and the things that you guys can do great, I think that is a very important thing to know and learn. But of course, with everything you hear, take it with a grain of salt, learn for yourself. Okay? But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I know I'm carrying on a little bit too much, but I just wanted to say a couple things real quick, which is I hope everyone had a wonderful semester. I hope the teacher doesn't take away points because I'm going over the recommended time. And I'm very happy that I've had I did online class with you guys, and I hope whatever degree or thing you're doing in Eastern Gateway, I hope it kind of like, I hope you achieve it. And hey, maybe you could take these steps and the process that I told you about in order to achieve that goal. It's up to you, my friends. But with that being said, though, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I love you guys. You're awesome. And yeah, happy summer.